Hi and welcome to the Crafts Channel in association with Papercraft magazine. I'm here today to show you about the two-piece card making die set that we have with issue 97 of the magazine that's out on sale on the 1st of July. It's a really handy bird on a twig and a with love die. So I mean, sentiment dies always come in handy. It's one of those things you make a card and it's not for any particular occasion, but you just want to show somebody that you care. So I'm going to show you how to recreate this card by Colette Jones. She's made multiple cards that you'll see the instructions for in the magazine, and it's very quick and easy. But as you will probably find if you've got crafting friends, no two people will have the same coloured card or the same die sets in their stash. So just very quickly from scratch, cut yourself a plain white card blank, take a panel of pink. This is going to be very roughly glued, so if it falls off halfway through the demonstration, please forgive me. Lay it on the bottom, flip it over and just trim to the side. I always find trimming, you will need to make sure you've got a steel ruler to trim. It will blunt the blades of your scalpel a little bit quicker than plastic one, but you won't dig into the sides. Then I've got a panel of blue here, and these scallops that have been cut into it have simply been hand cut with a pair of scissors, and all I've done is I've drawn around a penny coin, but I've not done it as a rigid straight line because I'd want it to be more of an organic feel to the card like Colette has done. Again, just glue it with a dry glue stick, pop it onto the card, and I'm going to line it up to the folded edge because it's always so much better to trim from the opening edge. Because if you try and trim on the folded edge, if you get too close, you'll find that you'll slice your fold off completely, especially if you've got a new blade in there. And then the final piece is, again, I've copied the scallop design onto this green, as opposed to the pale blue that Colette has used. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue the card itself, because when I trim the offcut, I will want to use that second bit of card that comes off there, because I never throw anything away. And that's why I can't move in my house. So, trim that off. And this is nice textured card, rather than a plain blank one. It just adds an extra dimension almost to your cards, like this. So there we have the layered scallop design. And then I've just used a generic heart design. This doesn't come with your die pack, but most of you will have a heart design. If not, you can simply fold a piece of card in half, cut it out to your desired size, and pop that here. And then what we've done is, to say, the dies, they're very thin dies, so you can run them through any proprietary die cutting machine if you've got the right selection of plates to go in there. For example, I'm using a Sizzix machine like I would normally do. Cuts beautifully in card weight up to about 260 gram. So I've pre-cut these just to save a bit of time. What you will need to do for this card is you'll see that these sections here will remain in, but they just poke out really easily with a pokey tool or a needle tool, whatever you wish to call it. And just flip it over and just check they've come out completely, because you don't want to stick it down and then find that one stayed in the hole. If you're making another kind of card, if you want to save these bits, because you can then inset them into a different colour, so you've got a bi-colour bird, but I'm not going to do that today. And I've found that the easiest way to stick these intricate dies on is, and actually before I do that, I'm just going to replicate the card perfectly. I'm just going to snip off that branch, and you'll see why in a minute. You just want a thick PVA, which, new bottle, not completely open. There's nothing like live videos, is there? No, I've blocked that up. Let's switch back to the ever faithful glue stick. Avoid running it across the glue stick, because what will happen, it will be like a cheese grater. The holes in the design will run the glue off the top of the glue stick and you'll end up with glue on the top of your design, which you don't want. And just pop him down there. We've got a pink one, which I'll do the same thing. I'm going to cut the branch off the bottom. Dab him, or her as she's pink, onto the glue stick and layer her onto the blue bird. And then I've cut another bird from pale pink and I'm just going to trim off the branch from her, put her to one side for another project, because I'm going to use the pale pink branch as the base for this little bird, just to add a bit more colour. And don't worry that the blue bird isn't sitting where he should, because if you take the branches that you've cut from the previous die cuts and just snip the flowers off, you can pop them over the design so they slightly overlap. So don't be constrained to, just using that one die to make one design, as it were. With a bit of inventiveness, even if you ended up taking these other bits and adding extra branches to them, just keep the bits that you cut off, because they're always handy for making up other little arrangements that can go together. Now, looking at this now, I haven't put that hard on straight, but if you add a piece of ribbon to the front, you'll end up with a card like this. Just forgotten the other important thing, that all-important sentiment that I mentioned that's always really useful in anybody's die collection. With love, a little dab of glue, and a nice stark white so it really shows up well against the pink. There you go. A really beautiful looking card, but really quick and easy to make. So grab your copy of Paper Crafter. It's issue 97. They say it's out on sale the 1st of July, and you'll get these two great dies that you'll find multiple uses for, as Colette has with this arrangement, lovely black on turquoise, one of my favourite colourways at the minute. And there's all sorts here. Cards, greetings, bookmarks, gift tags, boxes. You can find any number of things to decorate with these dies. So I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. I'll catch you next time if you care to join us. Thanks very much.